Even considering that my book is a purely theoretical book, I think it can be very helpful even for them. Because imagine that you are in a board of the central bank, no matter if it is the Federal Reserve banking system or the Central Bank of Europe. Well, you know then that a credit expansion is going to provoke malinvestment and sooner or later a financial crisis. So if you know what is written in my book, you could at least try to stop earlier the credit expansion. It's like having a compass in the dark of the night in the sea. You see where the north is. Even for those gentlemen, it can be very helpful. Well, I'm really very happy to have seen the Dutch translation today, very handsomely printed by ACO publishers. This is the 7th country in which my book has been published. In some of them, we have published already 5 different editions in Spanish. Now the 3rd edition in English is being prepared. The book has been published also in Russia, in Poland, in Romania, in Czechia and Slovakia, and now it's being printed by Lucius and Lucius in Germany, by L'Harmattan in France, and by Rubettino in Italy. The book is being published in July in China, and I do expect that it will have a lot of impact in China already. Already a lot of people a lot of scholars in China are commenting the manuscript of my book and sending me questions, and they are very interested in these financial matters. And the Portuguese edition will appear in Brazil. The book has been translated also into Arabic, Arabic, yeah. Although we are still looking for a suitable publisher. And finally, in Japanese. It's very interesting also what would be the reaction of the Japanese public to the book. I wrote the book in 1997. It's the result of 20 years making research, studying, and thinking about it, although I wrote it in 6 months. It was very easy to dictate the book once I had the whole picture together. In fact, it's not a very original book. What I have done is to put together the theories that were scattered in different books, mainly of Austrian school economists, of course with some original aspects that you will see. For instance, I think it's important, an important byproduct of the transition I propose is that it would allow to give back all public debt without any cost to governments nor inflationary effects. This is an important byproduct, because if you consolidate with a 100% current demand deposits with new money printed by governments, the assets that are currently collateral of those deposits will be freed. And what I propose is to create mutual funds with those assets and to switch the units of these mutual funds against the living public debt. So according to the calculations I include in the book, this would allow to give back all public debt in the future. This would mean to give back to the citizens what has been century after century expropriating to them through the private banking system acting with a fractional reserve ratio. I was the first one to be surprised with the success of the book, and I think the success has been the result of mainly the financial crisis and the economic recession, because it is something unbelievable, but most of the people, including most of my colleagues, could not understand what happened. And for instance, last October I delivered a speech, the Hayek Memorial Lecture at the London School of Economics. There were 600 people hearing me, and those were normal students and teachers and professors that they only wanted to understand why the financial crisis came and the economic recession. And this is something that in my book is very logically explained step after step. The future is, you know, the protagonist of the future is the young people, and our most important responsibility is to provide the intellectual tools to the youngest generation so that they can accomplish, for instance, this redesign, the badly needed redesign of the financial system, in order to avoid in the future the repetition of these cycles. And I'm very optimistic because the best reaction I'm seeing all around the world is from the youngest students. For instance, I just was invited by the financial university under the government of the Russian Federation. This is the official name of this university that was created in Moscow in 1929. In order to lecture to the brightest 400 students of the Russian Federation that were chosen by the government, and precisely on the financial crisis and the economic recession. And I was really moved when the people organizing this meeting, the young students, wrote me, "We have been literally raised with your books," which means that they've been studying the different editions, each one after the other one, that have been printed of my 4 books in Russia. So they are very eager to hear directly from the author the theory. And I'm very proud and honored that the university also decided to confer upon me an honorary doctoral degree on economic science, precisely for that reason.